Say hello to Rob.
Hello, Rob.
Right, this is the toilet, and there's your feed. Feed comes into there. Well, that's the original lighting feed into above the toilet, with a switch line that comes down to here. One of these. You've got feed. Feed goes out and comes to here, supplying this switch, and then goes up and down to supply that switch. This switch here is your toilet dining room two-way and intermediate switch. So it goes from here over to the other side in the lounge there. That's your intermediate, and then it goes down to this switch here. That's two-way and intermediate lighting for the dining room. There's also a switch line and neutral that comes out of this switch up to a pendant in the middle of the room there. The position of that is yet to be decided. Gareth's going to put that in the right place. Also out of this switch by the toilets, you've got two-way lighting. There's a two-way 3-core that comes out of there and ends up over by this switch. This switch also has the outside light feed to it. So that's a switch line and neutral going to the outside light. This is a temporary, it's part of the old garage, so this is a switch and a light which I've moved onto the wall so that everything's clear of the ceiling. So that's temporary, that can go.
That's the switch for the garage light as well.
That's the switch for the garage light as well, yeah. Power. This power socket down here by the dining room is going to go down here, which should be easy, but I don't have a double box to do it. And there's another by the back door here that can change to a double socket. Other than that, everything is going to be brought through the wall down here to supply the whole kitchen and everything that needs to be new. Boiler is moving into the corner over there, but that can all be done off of that as well. And then the lights, you've got 20 lights altogether, 20 down lights in the dining room area and the kitchen area, so they're in two separate groups. The kitchen has 6 spots. First one is by the switch, and it goes dink, 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 end of line here. The dining room area, first one is over here, so you've got a switch line and neutral up to here, and then it goes dink, 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 end of line here, up by the back wall again. The joist spacing is a bit interesting because of all these cross pieces. So the joists run the length of the kitchen, and then you've got these cross pieces running this way. These are 400 centres, so starting from here, 400, 400, 400, 400, all the way to the end. And the first light, because of the way it's fallen, the first one is in the very first here. This is, I'll measure it and draw a picture, but this is, I think, 70 out to here and 70 in from there for those two. And then they go as 2 lines of 10 all the way down the building, dunk, 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 dunk. The reason it's a bit of an issue to get it just right is because this joist run here goes past a steel there, and then it changes where the garage was. So we've got to be on this side of this joist spacing in order to get into this gap here and bring it down there. So it's got to be basically to the side of this joist spacing. And on this side you've got a similar problem where it turns from this joist spacing into this joist spacing, so it's got to be just in that space there, so it's quite tight. The only issue that's the only light that might be a slight issue in terms of space is up here, which is the first, was actually the end of line from the kitchen. You've got to get a light into that gap, and there's some flexi pipes around, but it should fit. If we go into here, this is so the smokes are fed up at their own feed. So you've got a feed coming in from the garage, their own special feed coming up to here. You've got a smoke there, and then that's linked from there out into the hallway up there, and then back through and back up into that boiler cupboard, and the 3-core is in the cupboard up there. You can do that. Yeah. And that's about it, apart from in here in the living room. So that's the way through into the kitchen. This is you've got a new light switch here where we've got the intermediate switching from the dining room and also two-way switching for this room. The other end of this is just tucked up here for now, and that needs to run along and down to that switch. And yeah, this room is going to be a bitch because the joists run, again, they run across the building, so it's going to be a pain in the arse. That's the one way you've said get Gareth to sort that out. In the garage, the smoke alarm feed is tucked into the into the trunking. To get access into the garage, we were going to put it